Galactic aliens threw a human astronaut to their deadliest beast, but what happened part I? The capture. The silence of space was never truly silent. Inside the derelict wreck of the Astronaut, a faint hum from failing life support systems whispered through the corridors like the ghost of an old machine. Commander Ethan Cross floated in the dark, his suit's lights flickering, his oxygen meter dipping into the red. Mission Control, this is Astronaut. Anyone there? His voice cracked through the static, but Earth had long gone silent. The explosion during the jump drive test had flung his ship far beyond the mapped routes of human exploration, maybe hundreds of light years away. Days blurred. His food gel packs were gone. He rationed oxygen, dreaming of Earth, until a shadow fell across the viewport, a massive shape like a silver manta ray gliding through the void. The ship was no human design. Ethan barely managed to react before a piercing light enveloped him. He felt his molecules unravel, teleported, or worse, and the next instant he was inside a chamber made of black glass, staring at towering figures of alien anatomy. They were the Zerthans, a species rumored in intercepted galactic communications to be warlike, proud, and ancient. Their exoskeletal armor gleamed like obsidian. One of them leaned close, its compound eyes glimmering. "You are human," it rasped, the translation echoing through the device on his chest. From the primitive blue world. Ethan's instinct screamed to fight, but he was restrained by magnetic cuffs. "I'm an explorer, not an enemy." The alien leader tilted his head. Explorer or invader, it makes little difference. You entered Zerthan Dominion space. They began to argue among themselves, their language chittering. A younger one slammed its claw against the floor. "Throw it to the Cariwell. Let the beast judge the truth of its spirit." The crowd roared approval. Ethan didn't understand the word Cariwell, but he didn't like how it sounded. Within hours, he was dragged through tunnels glowing with bioluminescent veins until he reached a vast pit surrounded by thousands of Zerthans. They chanted, their voices merging into a deep, vibrating hum that shook the air. In the center of the arena, a gate of black metal slowly opened, and from within came a sound that no earth creature could make. A layered growl, like a storm mixed with the grinding of mountains. The Zerthans hurled Ethan in. He crashed to the rocky floor, pain shooting up his leg. The air was heavy, smelling of ozone and blood. He barely had time to stand before the beast emerged. It was colossal, 15 meters tall, scaled with armor that shimmered in shades of blue and purple. Its maw split sideways, revealing spiral rows of teeth and two intelligent, gold-ringed eyes locked onto him. Ethan froze. "The QL," whispered a voice in the suit's translator, an automated log still recording. Designated apex predator. Origin unknown. Survival chance 0. But Ethan wasn't dead yet. He was human. And humans were stubborn creatures. Part 2. The Beast and the Man. The Caruel circled, sniffing the air. Ethan backed toward a boulder, his mind racing. He had no weapons, just a cracked visor and a suit that was half dead. The crowd above hissed and cheered. The creature lunged, claws gouging the rock where he had been standing a second earlier. He dove, rolled, and scrambled up the slope, clutching a shard of sharp stone. His breathing filled his helmet. "Think, Ethan. Think," he muttered. He noticed something strange. The Coel didn't immediately attack again. Instead, it was watching him, studying. When it finally roared, it wasn't just sound, it was communication. A pulse through the ground, a vibration through the air. His translator flickered, trying to process the strange resonance. "You are not Zerthan," came a distorted whisper. Ethan froze. The beast was speaking. He touched the side of his helmet. "You can understand me?" The Caruel tilted its massive head. "Words, small. You survive?" Ethan's heart pounded. "I don't want to fight you." "Then they will kill you," the Caruel said. Its voice was a deep echo that made the rocks tremble. "They always send prey. Only those who fight may live." "Has anyone ever lived?" The creature's golden eyes dimmed. "None. Until you." Above them, the Zerthans roared, demanding blood. The Caruel growled low. "They watch. If I did not feed, they punish." Ethan felt the weight of its pain. This wasn't a monster. It was a prisoner, a weapon forced to kill for their entertainment. He lowered his makeshift blade. "Then hit me. Make it look real. But don't kill me." The Caruel's nostrils flared. "You risk all. I've got nothing left to lose." The next instant, the beast swiped, not with killing intent, but enough to send Ethan flying into a pile of bones. The crowd screamed approval. Blood, or something like it, trickled from his arm. The Caruel roared to the sky, pounding the earth. Ethan played dead. After several tense minutes, the gates opened again, and drones descended, scanning the arena. "Victory to the Coel," a Zerthan voice thundered. Ethan waited until the drones left, and the creature leaned close. "You live still." "Barely," he gasped. "I can hide you." Deep tunnels below, the beast rumbled. "There, Zerthans do not go." He nodded weakly. "Lead the way." Part 3. The tunnels below. The Caruel carried him down through a crevice in the pit floor. The air grew warmer, denser, glowing with strange bioluminescent worms. Ethan removed his cracked helmet. Miraculously, the air was breathable. He saw something unexpected. Carvings on the walls. Symbols. Not Zerthan, but something older. This place, he whispered. Who built it? The Caruel's voice softened. My kind, long before the Zerthans came. We were guardians of this world. Then they came with fire and chain. Ethan looked at the scars running across the creature's body. Burns, brands, old wounds. The beast wasn't born evil. It was enslaved. How many of your kind are left? The Caruel rumbled low. None. Only I, last of the Caruel. They feed me to survive their pride. I kill so they remember their power. A chill ran through Ethan. He sat beside the massive creature, realizing their stories were the same, both survivors of dying species. You don't have to stay their weapon, Ethan said. You could escape. Escape where? The creature asked. They hold my mind in their machine. If I leave the arena, pain beyond death. Ethan's mind raced. If they use tech to control the Caruel, maybe he could hack it. His suit's neural interface still had fragments of his ship's AI. Maybe enough to disrupt the control link. Can you show me the device? The Caruel turned its head, exposing a metallic node embedded near its spine, glowing faintly with red light. That's it, Ethan muttered. If I can overload it, maybe I can free you. The creature stared at him, its golden eyes uncertain. Why would you help me, human? Because I know what it's like to be trapped and forgotten. Part 4, The Rebellion of the Pit. It took hours for Ethan to rig a plan. He scavenged parts from his broken suit, the plasma cell, the comm relay, and even the oxygen recycler. He fused them into a crude EMP bomb. When the next arena match was called, the Caruel hesitated. If you fail, they kill us both. Then we make it count. The arena roared again as the Caruel emerged, the dead human apparently tied to its claws. The Zerthans chanted for blood. Ethan whispered, now. He slammed the device into the node. A surge of blue light burst from the Caruel's back. The creature screamed, not in pain, but release. Every control circuit in its body burned out in an instant. The crowd fell silent as the beast straightened, no longer snarling but standing tall. Then it turned its eyes on the Zerthans. You enslaved my kind, it thundered, voice amplified by rage. Now feel the storm you birth. The ground cracked. The Caruel unleashed a shockwave roar that shattered the lower tiers of the arena. Ethan grabbed a fallen shield and ducked behind rubble. Chaos erupted. Zerthan guards fired plasma bolts. The beast crushed him beneath its claws. Ethan found a fallen communicator and linked it to his suit. If I can reach the shipyard, maybe I can find a way home. The Caruel heard him. Go. I will clear the way. No, Ethan shouted. We finish this together. They fought side by side, man and monster. Ethan used scavenged weapons to disable the sentry turrets, while Caruel tore through energy barriers. By the time they reached the fortress gate, the Zerthan High Commander descended in a shimmering exosuit twice Ethan's height. So the pet has turned on its masters, the commander hissed. And the human dares defy the Dominion? Ethan aimed a plasma cannon. He'd ripped from a drone. We don't kneel to tyrants. The commander lunged, but the Caruel intercepted the blow, its claws slicing through armor. Sparks and acid flew. Ethan fired, melting the commander's core plate. The alien roared, collapsing. The Caruel knelt beside Ethan, wounded but alive. You fight like flame. He grinned through exhaustion. Humans are stubborn that way. Part 5. The sky opens. They reach the shipyard, a vast hangar of captured vessels. Ethan recognized the human transponder of the Astra 9. His ship was battered but intact. He began rapid repairs, rerouting power to the jump core. The Caruel watched, trembling. I cannot leave this world, it said. My body is bound to its core. If I leave, I die. Ethan froze. There's got to be a way. Only one. Destroy the core that holds me, but it will destroy this world too. He looked at the beast, the last of its kind, chained by technology. Force to kill. Then we end it, he said. The Caruel bowed its head. Together, Ethan climbed onto the creature's back, riding as it stormed to the temple where the control core pulsed like a heart of fire. They breached the walls under heavy bombardment. The Caruel slammed its claws into the core, ripping cables apart. Now human, it roared. Ethan triggered the detonation. A surge of energy engulfed the horizon, a blinding wave of light that turned the fortress to dust. He felt himself flung skyward, shielded by the Caruel's wings until the last second. When he awoke, he was aboard the Astra 9, orbiting above a burning world. The Caruel's voice echoed faintly through his comm. You live. Good. Ethan's eyes welled. You made it? Not in body, but my mind is free. I ride the winds between stars now. Then silence. The transmission faded, replaced by a faint hum, like a heartbeat in the void. Part 6, The Return. Weeks later, a battered Astra 9 limped back toward Earth's communication range. Ethan sent his final log to mission control. Commander Cross reporting. I encountered a civilization called the Zerthans. Hostile. Dangerous. But there was something else. A creature called the Caruel. They made it their weapon, but it was more human than its captors. He looked out the viewport at the stars, at one faint glow that had once been the Caruel's world. If anyone hears this, remember, monsters aren't born. They're made. And sometimes all it takes is one act of trust to turn a beast into a savior. As the ship drifted toward the blue shimmer of Earth, Ethan smiled faintly. Somewhere in the silence between stars, he swore he heard a deep, familiar roar, not of rage, but freedom.